everybody, I'm Shruti Harihara Subramanian and I'm the founder of Koli Soda. And welcome to this special edition of Sustainability Network. We are doing this special edition specifically for Plastic Free July. And as many of you know, Koli Soda was founded in 2013, and ever since then, we have partnered with many interesting sustainable brands. And coincidentally, most of them have been women entrepreneurs. So, as a woman entrepreneur myself, I have been very interested to know their journey, to know more about their products, and to just tell our followers why we love them and what makes them sustainable. So today we are meeting the founder of Bombus Bee Wraps, Nikita, the founder, and we'll be talking about some interesting aspects of living plastic free, especially in your kitchen. So let me invite Nikita, and I look forward to. Thank you all for joining, and if you have any questions with regards to Bombus, Koli Soda, or living plastic free, we'll be very happy to answer your question during this live session. So let's make it a very interactive session. Hi, Nikita.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So nice to see you here with us and
to
connect with you. So let us start from the beginning. How did Bombus happen? What made you think about doing VRAPs?
Yeah, so actually before this I had worked in the fashion and branding industry for a couple of years, and I was just seeing the sheer amount of plastic dumps was something very exhausting, and that made me think that I would like to have a more sustainable choice, a more sustainable lifestyle basically. And I started having small changes in my daily life, like switching to milk bottles and switching to cloth pads. And then I was sure disturbed by the amount of grocery plastic bags that were coming home every day. And one fine day, basically, I met my grandparents and I saw my grandmother using wet cloth in the fridge for a lot of things, actually, for storing like mint leaves and coriander and things like that, that would actually keep them fresh. And then she used to wash them every time. And then I tried it and I just figured that there could be a better alternative for it. And I started researching about it. And we came across beeswax food wraps. We researched for about a year regarding the best consistency we can have, because we wanted something that would actually stick to everything that we use, that would have the right amount of stickiness, that would have the right amount of oiliness, and it would just be useful for a very long period of time. So finally, after trying a lot of permutations, we came up with the wrap that we think works well, lasts for almost 8-10 months easily, is reusable, is combustible, and that's how I decided to share the product and launch the brand.
That's amazing, Nikita. And as I was telling our viewers in the beginning, the whole concept of what we do in Sustainability Network is to get to know the founders a lot more and understand their journey of how they came about running a sustainable business. And the common thread that I've been seeing with all these interviews that we've been doing is that it all starts from us. Like even me, I wanted to lead a sustainable life, and when we found it difficult to get access to it, we decided to be entrepreneurs ourselves. So many entrepreneurs that we've seen over these years or partnered with, and most of them being women, I guess also because we are far more empathetic or conscious about these things a lot more. We've landed up starting our own businesses, social enterprises, because we ourselves wanted to lead a sustainable life. So I see that commonality even with Bombus. So it's very nice to see that. And let's come to the concept of bee wraps itself. Not many people are aware of what it is because it's still a very new process. I use it at home, but it took us a while to make people understand what it is. So why don't you tell our viewers about what bee wraps are and how it can be used?
Yeah, sure. So beeswax wrap, let me show you. This is a beeswax wrap. They are basically made from organic cotton, jojoba oil, resin, and beeswax. It is a completely natural and combustible product. It is a substitute for cling film, ziplocs, even foils. Like if you want to even wrap chapatis, you can. You just cannot put extremely hot chapatis in it. So you just have to let it settle for 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and then you can wrap it in your tiffin and take anything along. So they are a great substitute for cling wrap, plastic ziplocs, and foils. So, and they are very, very safe to be covered with food as well. Like in terms of if we use a plastic wrap, it not only, of course, it is creating pollution, but simultaneously, it is harming or it is releasing certain amount of chemicals to your food as well that people are not so much aware about. And plus it is not allowing your food to breathe. But in this case, if you wrap anything in a beeswax wrap, it allows your food to breathe for much longer and keeps it fresher for very, very long. Actually, that is what exactly.
Okay, that's interesting. So, how do you maintain a product like this? Because it's a reusable product, right? So, how do you maintain it, and what is usually the longevity of such a product?
So, if you are using it for anything dry, like a lot of people have started using it for storing coriander because it does not last, storing chilies, storing mint leaves. So, in that case, you can just keep them, wrap them, keep them in the fridge, and actually not wash if you're continuously using it for, suppose, let me show you. This is my coriander wrap. I store coriander in it permanently, basically. See, this is almost 10 days old coriander, if you can see. Yeah, so it really remains fresh. And I don't usually wash it every time. Like, it is not required to be washed every time. But if you're using it for something like covering a vegetable bowl, something that is a little messy or a little liquid, then you can just wash them with mild soap and cold water. You cannot use hot water basically because they are beeswax and they just cannot be in hot water, or you cannot use it in microwave. So anything room temperature and above is fine. So you can keep them in fridge, you can wrap anything with it, but you cannot put anything extremely hot on them. That is the only thing to maintain them actually. And other than that, you can just dry them and then reuse them, and they easily last for 8-10 months. I myself have been using it, and everyone I know around have been using the wraps, have not had any issues actually with it.
And once you wash them, you just simply line dry them, or is it okay to dry them in the sun, or how is it?
Yeah, you can just hang them around anywhere in the kitchen, like anywhere is fine. Wherever you put your wet towels or something, you can just dry them over there. And I think in 3-4 hours, you can again reuse them for anything. Yeah.
And what is the best way? So you say 8-9 months. How do you know it's lived its life? How do you know it's lived its long life? And how do you eventually, because being sustainable also means disposing something off in the right way. How do you
Yeah.
do that as well?
Yeah. So 8-9 months is something that you can continue using them, but what happens is they lose their stickiness because you're continuously washing them. So you can use them for normal things like just wrapping roti or something like that. But if you want to cling it to something, then they tend to lose their stickiness. So there are basically two things you can do. You can actually reheat the wrap also. So what you do is you can put a baking paper and iron the wrap again. Like put the wrap in between a baking paper and iron them. So it will again melt down whatever wax it has in it, and it will again start working a little well and can last a little longer actually. But if they are completely gone, then what you can do is you can just cut them in pieces and put them in your soil garden, in your home gardens, anywhere. Because it is organic cotton and it easily is compostable. So you can just put them in the soil around your garden and they would automatically, they are biodegradable, so they would degrade automatically after some point of time.
That's very interesting, truly sustainable. So just a question about the coriander. We saw Shweta actually exclaiming, saying, "Oh my God, the coriander looks very fresh." So do you just wrap them and keep it in the fridge, or do you still need to wet it and then wrap it and keep it in the fridge?
No, you don't need to do anything. So you just get your coriander and I just wrap them and store it in the fridge. And whenever I want to use them, I cut how much ever is required and wash it and then use it. So you don't need to wet them or do anything because they automatically have a breathable capacity. So even if you seal them and wrap them, the coriander stays fresh because it can breathe. So it lasts easily up to 2 weeks actually.
No, because that's truly a good test, because that's a constant struggle in our house to
It is.
keep mint and coriander fresh, and one can't possibly keep buying them and wasting the rest. And you can't always make chutneys every day. So
Yeah,
that
because we
truly
can't.
is going to get many viewers to pick up some of these bee wraps, beeswax wraps. So what sizes do they come in, these wraps?
So currently we have three designs. One is this, which is a veggies white, which has all the fruits and vegetables on it. And the other one is a plant these save bees. So these actually have all the plants that increase bee population. So basically these have plants like you'll see coriander, lavender, rosemary. So it is basically these plants help to increase bee pollination. So that is one design. And the third one we have just launched is a plastic free July design, which is in production right now, but it is on our website. And that is related to ocean plastic basically. And they come in 4 different packs we have. So suppose if someone wants to just try out, we have a small pack which has a small and a medium wrap, which is like a 7 inches wrap, a small, and the medium is a 10-inch wrap. So that can be used for your green chilies, or even if there's a half a lemon. Sometimes, you just leave the lemon and it dries out in the fridge. It is again of no use. So now I have got the habit of wrapping my lemon and keeping it, or wrapping like a half shimla and keeping it basically. So it does not try, it just increases the life of the food as well, which is a great aspect. And then the medium size wrap is a 10-inch wrap, so that you can use for your normal bowls basically. The second pack we have is a cube pack, which is a all medium pack, which has 3 wraps. All are medium sizes basically. The third one is a large leafy pack, which is a large size wrap. The one I showed you for coriander, that's a 12 by 14-inch wrap, which is generally used for storing spinach, mint leaves, coriander, and all these breads. Like if you like having homemade breads and you need to store it in the fridge, even they tend to dry out after some time. So if you just wrap them and seal them, they retain the moisture. They retain their moisture. And the last is a full kitchen pack, which has a small, medium, and large, all the sizes. So it's a 3-piece set, basically.
So what I love about your product is it's truly sustainable because one, it's a great alternative to cling wraps and foils and things that are quite in the disposable sector. And of course, not just disposable, the way they're manufactured and everything about it is not truly sustainable. And the second thing I like about it, and now that I'm talking to you more, I've understood that it's also preventing wastage of food, which is a huge problem that most of us face. And I think post lockdown, we've all been more in our kitchen and taking care of what's really happening
Yeah.
with our groceries. It really is an eye opener on how much food is getting wasted. So, what is great about your product is you're increasing the lifespan for most of these vegetables and greens, and that's again sustainable. So, but at Goli Soda, that's what we do. We don't just see is something just eco-friendly or organic. We see the whole life cycle of the product. So that comes to my next question. So why don't you tell us a bit about the manufacturing process, like who makes them, or I understand that you provide a livelihood for women as well. So could you
Yes.
just take us through that process?
Yes, we do. So we are near Gurgaon border. It's a women-oriented company. We have a set of working women. The product is completely handmade and handcrafted. So basically, they are cut into different sizes, and then, as per the ingredients, are coated, and then they are infused into the fabric, and then the packaging is done for it. All our ingredients we source from local vendors around. So, like our beeswax, we are very conscious about conservative beekeeping. So, all the vendors we have, we ensure that they are not harming any beehives. So, what we use is a capped beeswax, which is basically the upper layer of a beehive in which the bees are not removed from the beehive, and they just use the upper layer, which is used for honey extraction, and the beeswax is the byproduct of it. So we did not want to get associated with very large manufacturers at this point, because we are not sure what they are doing exactly. But with local vendors, we try and ensure that we at least are working on conservative beekeeping as well simultaneously. Even for our jojoba oil, we have local farmers, and we get the oil hand churned and cold pressed, so that the oil is pure, and we can provide as much as livelihood to the local vendors, as much as support as possible. Our raisin, our tree raisin, comes from the Himalayan region actually, and
Okay.
our cotton is also organic and got certified. So we are really trying to be conscious not only about the product we are making, but also trying to ensure that everything we are sourcing is also helping each other.
That's truly great and commendable because I understand how hard it is to run a social enterprise because one has to, it's so easy to, give in to some things and for the sake of profits, but you have consciously kept many elements of sustainability in mind. And what particularly also caught my eye is the fact that you're approaching sustainable beekeepers and not harming the beehives because many people who are conscious about sustainability are also animal lovers and conscious about if the bees
Yeah.
are being harmed in the process. So there might be many people who are in two minds of whether to pick up a product that has bee wax in it because they are unsure of the source of it. So I think what you just said really gives confidence to many. And the fact that you're supporting these beekeepers also is supporting the fact that we are ensuring there are bees around in our planet because without bees, we are not going to survive. So it's
Exactly.
essential for bees to be around and nothing like beekeeping and if it's taken care of in the sustainable way. So thanks for clarifying that. And we already have Planet Ginny saying that they're going to pick up some of the Bombus Bee wraps. So
Great.
yay to them. And let's come to Plastic Free July. So you've already given us a big step towards going plastic free in the kitchen with shifting to something like beeswax wraps. From your experience, what are the other things, small ways that one can shift to have a plastic free kitchen?
So I have personally tried making small changes. Like I said, milk bottles is something that people can really think about. Like getting a packet of plastic everyday home is one of the things that people should make the switch actually. Like you get milk bottles nowadays, or you get your old doodh wala also getting milk, which people used to take before, but now convenience is something that people prefer more. So that is one of the things. Then recently I came across a lot of bamboo products also in the house, like for cleaning purposes, which is I think a great thing, which is one of the things that I am looking for to make that shift actually right now. So I think there are a lot of cleaning products, a lot of bamboo products that are really there in the market, and I am sure that instead of using a plastic scrubber or something like that, you can easily make that switch. Bombus is also trying to associate with a lot of stores in Plastic Free July and a lot of sustainable sites to blog about our product, because I know it is a very new product and people are conscious. Like our biggest obstacle is how does this work? Okay, I mean, what like with a bamboo toothbrush, people know it's a toothbrush. Okay, you know how to use it and you will use it because everyone needs a toothbrush. But our biggest obstacle is this, that people ask that how does this work, does this work, how long will it work? So people have that hesitance towards the product. But yes, I want to say that yes, it is a plastic free alternative, definitely, but at the same time, like we discussed, that it increases your food life, actually your food life in the kitchen. So a lot of things we waste after a couple of days, like coriander, mint, all these things, so many times you have to throw them away. So that is one of the things that I would like to suggest. And yeah, I think that any small initiative at home with masses trying is good. I mean, anything, if anyone is making even a small switch, it really matters actually.
And any particular steps you are personally taking for Plastic Free July?
Like I said, I have this time decided to get a couple of bamboo products which I've been
Okay.
looking online to change at home, basically. A lot of cleaning products that I think. So that is one of the things that I am looking for. I've already, like moved to cloth pads. I think that is one of the great things every woman should try, definitely.
Yes.
I have. I even tried the Goli Soda shampoo last month, and I think
Okay.
shampoo bar, it is great. And I think these small changes, I think it is something every day everyone needs, and people just need to be a little aware and should at least be open about it, and try and make small changes at home about this.
Yes, that's what we believe as well. It's nobody can be 100% sustainable. It's a constant journey, and we just need to be a little aware and conscious every day. And I think things like Plastic Free July or specific days like, say, Menstrual Hygiene Day, or these days are kind of good reminders for us if we've been procrastinating about certain things. It
Yeah.
kind of this month, something like a Plastic Free July month can kind of give you that little bit of push and beat that inertia and say, hey, why don't you just give it a shot? You've been postponing this for a while. And as you said, small steps, that's all it takes. I guess one doesn't have to take major, big, large steps right away, then that might probably kind of put you off. I think the best way is to just take baby steps and just be conscious. I think that is a good start. And I think people shifting to Bombus itself is a good start. It kind of takes care of many plastic things that we would have otherwise used in the kitchen. So I would totally recommend that to our viewers right now. Before we sign on, Nikita, does Bombus have other plans to diversify besides the bee wax wraps in the near future?
Yes, we are thinking of a couple of things, but there's nothing that is so concrete that I can share right now. Right now, our focus is to create as much as awareness for the beeswax food wrap, because the Indian market, the reaction we have got is this, that either some people really love it, and we have people who have tried it and ordered it again, but otherwise people are hesitant about even trying the product. So we really want to focus about creating awareness for the wrap as of now. So we are not.
And Goli Soda will support you through all of that, because we truly believe in your product and we really want more people to switch to the beeswax wrap. And before we sign off, maybe you can show your fresh coriander to our newer viewers who just logged in,
Okay.
just to again let them know the benefits of this wonderful product.
So yes, this is
Very
the
good.
coriander that has been
10
wrapped
day
for
old.
10 days, and I keep
That's
using it
awesome.
a little quantity every time. And these are my green chilies that have again been, can you see them? So even green chilies, they dry up very, very quickly. So
yes,
I tend to keep them in these only. So these are the green chilies that have also been wrapped. I think it's been more than 2 weeks now, actually. So yeah.
okay, thank you, Nikita. It's been a
Thank
wonderful
you.
chat.
Thank
And
you. It was
we hope
lovely.
more and more people shift from cling wraps to beeswax wraps very soon. And maybe Plastic Free July is a good start for them to make that change. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.